Okay, about to start the shooting challenge here this morning on a piece of game land in PA. So we're gonna call the game commission and figured out it's legal to do this. So we're gonna do a bunch of moving this 3D deer target around, shooting up and down. Right now, just got set up at the first spot here. See, the target is down there. It's about 40 yards, I believe. I gotta range it again. 40 yards. It's downhill, not super steep, but at least a little bit. So I'm gonna take some shots there and then move it somewhere else. So still have the target at the same spot. We just moved back. It's a nice opening here. We can see it from farther back. With the hill, should be about 56 yards. I'm gonna guess line of sight, it's at least like 65 or so, but we're gonna give her a try and see what happens. Way back. Okay, so it's not as far as I thought. Alright, move the target a little bit. Shooting uphill now at about 30 yards, and got a little bit of stuff in the way that I should be able to shoot over. Shooting from the knees on this one. Gonna give her a rip. Alright, so I'm shooting still at the same spot, but I got it at like 48 yards. I just backed up, trying out my trajectory a little bit, seeing what I'm shooting over there. The grass I'm not too worried about, but there's some sticks beyond that, so just testing out the trajectory. Alright, move the target again, shooting from inside the woods here. It's kind of over on the edge of the clearing. It's about 34 yards. Right over there. I feel like it was good, but I'm aiming at ferns. Mm-hmm. Don't know. Another one. I'm gonna throw it. Oh yeah, they're good. Alright, so here's a scattering of shots from three different spots. Fairly happy with it. These two up here and this one were from about 46 yards and like really obstructed, and I was aiming on ferns, and I shot the first two. I felt like they were high, which were these two, and then I shot the third one, tried to shoot it quite a bit lower, and I hit down here. So overall I'm pretty happy with that. These two were from about 35 pretty much straight on. These were from 36 at a much harder angle, but overall I'm pretty okay with these. Alright, sweating the butt off. We just carried the 3D target way back here and down here. I got it at, It's a 25-degree downhill angle. It's line of sight 48 yards. Rangefinder's telling me to shoot for like 43 and a half. Got it down there. So this should be fun. Sweating. Heart rate's up a little bit from just hiking it down there and back up here, so gonna give her a whirl. Not bad, but still forward a little bit. All three of those were a little forward. Make sure I'm in my level right. Alright, so there's my last round of shooting here. That was dialed at 47. Well, I was dialed at 48 is what it had told me to dial, and I felt like I shot a little high, and so I dialed down to 47, dropped the yard. It's a 25-degree downhill angle. That was the angle compensation. I think line of sight was about 55 or 56 yards, and overall I am pretty happy with that. Definitely a couple here that I felt like I didn't make a very clean break, but yeah, still I'm pretty happy with that group size from that distance and that angle and shooting from kind of a weird spot, so I'll take it. Okay, I got the target in the same spot. I'm set up at shooting it at a hard quartering away angle. But yeah, just on the knees right here, shooting down there. Right? Yep. It felt high when I let it go. Yeah, that's where it'll be. Pretty good. And that angle. It's a touch high, but it's not terrible. All right, pretty happy with this group here. This was from, crap, 29 and 37. About a 20-degree downhill angle and hard quartered away, and I feel pretty happy with all those. These higher ones are a little bit higher than I would like, but both of those I kind of, like, I felt it as I was shooting. Like, yeah, I'm happy with how the bow's shooting as long as I do my job and follow through and squeeze right. Like, I'm shooting good, and I'm feeling pretty good about those. I would take all those shots, I do believe. Alright, moved the target again, moved it uphill a little bit now. Now we're going to do some uphill shots. Shooting it for 42. It's probably a 20-degree uphill angle again, or maybe a little bit more, so I didn't check the actual line of sight, but shooting for 42. I don't know if I ever said, but I'm hoping to be going out on this mule deer hunt with a effective range, feeling good at like somewhere between 40 and 50. I'd love to be like feeling good at 50, where I'm like, I'll take a first round shot at 50 in a good situation, but that's still a work in progress a little bit. I feel like I've got a little bit more work to do before I feel really good about taking like first round shot at 50 yards. Follow-up shots, if I hit something, I'll send them out there. But yeah, so working on it, feeling pretty good. We got this thing at, you can barely see it up there. There it is. We're gonna let her rip. Don't do that when you're actually hunting. It might scare something. Whew. That felt difficult. That felt way harder than the downhill shot. So. Man. Okay, we just wrapped up the shooting challenge. Got back to the truck here. That was really good. I was shooting from, I think the farthest shots I took were some downhill shots where I didn't check the line of sight, but the cut yardage, I was shooting it for 61. I think it was the longest I shot. It was probably like 68 yards actual. Did a lot of uphill and downhill. Tried to do as much of that as I could, and I was impressed. It was really good practice. I didn't miss the target at all, so that was a plus. I had some shots that I wasn't loving, but overall I feel like I did really good. I'm trying to go on this hunt with a range of like, I'd like a maximum like first shot range of like 50 yards. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I feel like I might have a little bit of work to do, but I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely getting there. This was good, this challenge. I don't think I would have done this right away if it wouldn't have been for that, but definitely super helpful, and definitely want to do it more in the future. We're in Pennsylvania here, so I wasn't sure how it would be, but I called the game commission and talked to them, and the way it sounds, what they told me is that we're allowed to do this on state game land, come out here and walk out here with a bow and a target anytime and shoot, as long as we're doing it in a responsible manner, not shooting at dumb spots or where there's trails or people or whatever. So that being said, definitely want to do this some more in the future, and yeah, have EXO to thank for this, because I probably wouldn't have just done this on my own without having to do it for the challenge, but super helpful. Definitely need to make time to do it more in the future. But yeah, it was a great time. Shot for a couple hours, and it's really hot. Now it's time to go soak up some AC and drink some water.